Beck, thanks for being interviewed today.
Oh, good. Nice to be here.
That's good. Everyone at church just wants to get to know you a bit, so can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I came over to St. Stephen's about 2 years ago. Currently, I'm working in the disability sector for a company called Unison. So I'm in a team leader role, which is like leading people to support people with disabilities to be involved in community activities. Also doing lots of stuff outside of that, including like lots of social things with friends, with netball, and I've been leasing a horse since the beginning of the year. So that's been really exciting for me to be able to do that and challenging. Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. That's very full life.
Yes.
Okay. And people may not know how you became a Christian. So do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. So I've been raised in a Christian household. My parents moved over from New Zealand and have been going to C3 Oxford Falls since since they moved over. And so I've grown up in that church. I think for me, I've always just accepted it as a part of like who I am in life, and it was very much like I was raised by the church and my family. But I think when it was no longer a babysitting service and I could just stay home by myself, it was that choice of actually going, and not just because my parents wanted me there, but because I wanted to go. And then from there, I've kind of grown in my faith, and since moving over to St. Stephen's, grown in my relationship with God and kind of reading my Bible and pursuing Him more and seeing Him, work in my life.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've had leadership roles here at church too, and doing a great job.
Yeah,
it's really
thanks.
fantastic. In the service today, we've been talking a lot about how you make your plans.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us a bit about what your plans may be for the future?
Yeah. Okay. I think where I am now, like the role I'm in now, was not a part of my plans for the future. So I think it's really interesting that I have ended up in this position, but I'm so happy that I am. So then for the future, I'm really looking forward to kind of where God will take me. Definitely like finding ways to serve Him, and whether that's incorporated into work or into like time outside of work, different opportunities for that, and whether that's leading on camps or continuing with youth group or any sort of thing. So kind of I'm open about it, and kind of put that with God, but I'm very much, if I don't enjoy it or it's not worth it for some reason, I won't be there.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Finally, look, it's been a really crazy year. Do you have any word for the church at all, or any message that you want to share with people out there?
I think just continue to be social however you can and in a safe way. Like churches, people gathered together. So it's really hard to follow God by yourself and doing that alone. So I think it's really important that however we can, still gathering together and checking in on each other. Just having that social part.
Yeah, that's a really good message actually. So look, thanks Beck, really appreciate you coming in, and all the very best.
Thanks, Andrew.
Ta.